Are you going to see Luke Combs in concert? Or maybe he just came by and you missed him? My boyfriend and I were fortunate enough to get to see him on both nights that he came to Santa Clara in Northern California. And I thought it would be fun to share our experience with you. So saddle up, partners, get your boots going and join me for a vlog style experience of the Luke Combs concert. I was trying to make it look like I was putting my boot on, but I'm clearly not that flexible. Even if you aren't a Luke Combs fan, I know you probably know some of his music. So I encourage you to stick around and listen through. So the Friday night performance, we actually went with my younger daughter and then my older daughter's fiance because my older daughter had to work. Helena, where are we going? Nick, what song are you most excited to hear play tonight? Helena, what song are you most excited to hear play?
What did you listen to? Beautiful Crazy?
Sure. Cole, what are you most excited to hear play?
Where the Wild Things Are.
That's a good one.
So first of all, we should talk about what to wear if you haven't been to a country music concert in a while or just are curious what people wear. It's exactly what you think. It's the top four. It's denim, boots, hats, and fringe. I would say go for maybe 3 of those 4, although there were some girls with all 4 and they looked fantastic. Obviously, the men aren't wearing the fringe as much. They're more the hats, boots, and denim. The first night, I had 3 of the 4. I had fringe, denim, and boots. And we were fortunate enough to be seated on the floor, which was great because we were right in the middle of the crowd and could look up to the stage. That's the best side eye you'll ever get. One thing that's nice about being on the floor is that you do have access to your own bar and bathroom. It was a nice area that felt a little more private. Food options were pretty slim. It was nachos or chicken tenders. Okay, what time do you think Luke Combs is gonna go on? Nick?
9 o'clock.
What time do you think Luke Combs is gonna go on?
8.
What time do you think Luke Combs is gonna go on?
8:30.
8:30? I think Luke Combs is gonna go on at 9. So on Friday, we didn't get there for all the opening acts. There were 4 each night, and we did arrive in time to see Hailey Whitters. They're really on time. So that's one thing to know about the Luke Combs show is he is punctual. That I actually really appreciate. Everything started on the dot at the correct time. So Hailey Whitters started exactly at 6 o'clock. And she was adorable. I'd never heard her music before. I think there was maybe one song that I recognized.
Just because you can.
But she was super fun and just a sweetheart, and I look forward to learning her music a little bit more.
Back it up, you please don't take my man.
Next up at 7 o'clock was Charles Wesley Goodwin. Oh my gosh. Clearly the name didn't stick with me. Anyway, he was new to me too, but he rocked. He had so much energy and I love the rhythms and the sound of his music, so definitely followed him on Spotify immediately as well. One thing about these drinks is that the cups were so big, I literally had to use 2 hands to hold my cup. Next up was Cody Jinks, and he went right on at 8 o'clock. We actually had the pleasure of meeting Cody Jinks last fall at Ranch Beach Life in Redondo Beach. So it was fun to see him back on stage again. He's not as energetic as some of the other performers, but he's definitely solid, very talented, and love hearing his music. Thought that it would be a good time to hit the restroom at 8:45 when Cody was done and before Luke came on at 9 o'clock. When we came out, the entire arena was singing Sweet Caroline and had their phone lights on. It was pretty cool because it was like the sun had set and it was dark and the lights were on. It was really fun to emerge from the tunnel and see the whole stadium lit up. And then Luke was on. One thing I thought was really endearing was he came out wearing a 49ers hat, and I wondered, does he do that for every location? I'm sure he does, but I still thought it was really sweet. I did have a taller person in front of me. He was there with his wife and 2 kids, and he did this the whole time. And so it made it really hard for me to see. Not only did he have his arms around his wife and his daughter or son most of the time, but then he swayed. So, and I'm behind him and I'm only 5'4" or 5'3", and I'm kind of like going like this the whole time to be able to see around him. All good fans of Luke Combs, but I think my older daughter's fiance was the biggest fan of all. He knew every single word to every single song, recorded every moment of it. I think he appreciated it more than any of us. We did stand the entire time being on the floor. So I would say if you like to sit, don't get a floor seat because someone's going to be standing in front of you. I wasn't planning to wear the hat for the entire video, but now I have hat head, so I have to. And I realized I've got hedgehogs and a hat, and it's a vibe. What can I say? I appreciated a few things about Luke Combs. Number one, his energy was fantastic. He's a bigger guy, and you could see that he was putting out a lot of effort and was straining with physical exertion. He was just pouring sweat down the sides of his face, which I appreciated. You could tell he was really giving his all. I also really liked how he introduced his band members and gave them each a moment to shine and sing a little or do a little riff on their own. I was a little obsessed with this one guitarist who played a couple different instruments, and I don't remember his name, but he looked to me a whole lot like Jared Leto. And if any of you were fans of the show My So-Called Life back in the 90s, then maybe this resonates a little bit. We're actually going to see Jared Leto later this summer when we go to the 30 Seconds to Mars concert. I think my favorite Luke Combs song is Cold As You, and the first night he didn't play it till much later. I was actually concerned he wasn't going to play it. I loved how he started right on the dot at 9 o'clock, and then he ended, even including his encore, right on the dot at 10:45. So I don't know exactly the relationship between him and Brooks and Dunn, but I do know that Brooks and Dunn sang on one song that he did, and then he did a cover of Brand New Man both nights, which was super fun, because I'm definitely a 90s country fan, and so Brooks and Dunn, that's my jam. A highlight moment of the night for me was his performance of Fast Car, which, as you probably know, won Record of the Year. Was it last year or the year before? It's his remake of the Tracy Chapman classic, and his rendition is just fantastic. Although Nick and I have debated about the lyrics and whether he should have updated the pronouns, I think it's perfect because number one, it pays perfect homage to Tracy Chapman, and then number two, it shows love, poverty, race, all of that crosses boundaries and blurs lines. Maybe he did work as a checkout girl. Not only is it an amazing song, but secondly, everybody knows it. So the collective experience of 44,000 people all singing the same lyrics together, it gives you chills. It just makes you feel connected. It makes you feel like maybe there's hope that we have more in common than we think. The other highlight event wasn't so meta, but I think he did it both nights in his encore, and it's the Cold Beer Never Broke My Heart. It's just so fun when he sings it because, again, most people know the chorus, and it's just such an energetic, super fun song. It was a great way to end the night. In fact, as we were walking out, you kept hearing people singing the chorus to that one over and over again. I was singing it for sure. What do you think of this style video? I haven't done one like this before. Is this fun, enjoyable? Do you hate country? I had posted on Instagram some clips from the concert and saw that my cousin had also posted. She had tickets for night 2 and couldn't use them, so she gave them to us. Thank you, Tiffany, you're amazing. So we weren't intending to, but we ended up going back for night 2. If that sounds like fun, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you've enjoyed this vlog about Luke Combs, check out this one where we went to go see Steve Miller Band at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado.